conversation. We sit here talking about, man, how God is just, and how many years you been?
Man, nearly 15.
15 years?
Yeah, nearly 15, brother. We've been on the road since 2009. We've been working together since 2007, and then we first worked together in 2005. When you first got there, we did the whole...
Got to Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the farmer's market.
Yeah, farmer's market, and then we started working together at Firewater.
Tell me, man, God, man, I was just like, so you done sat here and you done saw all of the different changes and everything that God, that we had to go through to get to this point. And you sit up here, you think you're doing something. Like, it'd be so crazy because you would think that you really doing something.
Right.
You think you doing something, but you don't see no farther than what you actually doing.
Right.
And sometimes, man, God is just waiting for you to get people out of your life so he can really, really bless you. Right?
I feel you.
Right? Because God ain't going to bless you with new furniture if your house ain't clean.
Right.
Because even if God blessed you and gave you everything you wanted, you wouldn't be able to enjoy it anyway.
Yeah.
Because you got all of this stuff. So if you don't do it, sometimes he'll do it for you.
Yeah.
He'll sit back and he'll allow a situation to happen, and then they start purging themselves like you have to purge them, and then you still coming out clean. You damaged, but you still clean.
Yeah.
And then look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
But you kept saying all along that time, you say everything's a test.
All of
Everything is a test.
All of it, Terry.
And that's what it was. All of it was a test. And I kept watching you go through certain things. You know, I would get upset.
Terry,
Some of the stuff that you was going through. I was like, man, this is crazy.
I've been mad enough to literally want to kill somebody.
Yeah.
For the money that was stolen.
Yeah.
The things that was said, the damage that was done. And God, I could write a whole book about it because we on a hip hop station. We weren't trying to take over for Tom Joyner. Tom Joyner had the biggest property in radio.
Yeah.
All of those affiliates, all of those advertisers and stuff or whatever, we was over here. And we weren't working to try to take over for Tom Joyner. We weren't working to try to get on the Martin tour. We didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for it. I got an email one day say, hey, are you interested in this? I said, sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I hadn't done nothing this big since the Kings of Comedy.
Right.
Opening up, and I was an opener. Coming out there when the curtain was still closed, when people was trying to find their seats and to perform for 5 minutes and then introduce Steve.
Yeah.
And to go from that to this,
Yeah.
man, it's crazy. It's and to sit here and see this stuff and to be able to do, you know, what we're doing tonight. But you have to have restraint. You have to have discipline. You have to stay prayed up. You have to do what's right. And like you said, man, the bottom line, it's a test.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It's a test. Because guess what? If you can't handle this,
That's right.
all of this stuff right here, if you can't handle this, you ain't ready for the next level.
Right. Right.
You ain't ready for the next level. If you can't handle this right here,
Yeah.
what you're going through,
Right.
what you mean the next level?
Right.
What you mean?
Right.
I'm ready to go to the next. Okay, but you can't handle this.
You know what surprised me so much and taught me a lot. It taught me a lot to watch you go through it. Was when Dallas let you go on the radio station.
Oh yeah.
And I was upset, and you was like, no, it's okay. I'm happy for Vita. That's what you said. I'm happy for
Damn
Vita.
right.
And you left the market not knowing that was just a test.
Yeah.
Because look how you came back.
Come on now.
Look how you came back to the market, and all the people that was talking shit to you and wanted to see you gone now work for you. I maybe shouldn't say that, but that,
but he'll make your enemy your footstool.
that's
And
what I'm saying. I
see,
saw it.
it's all about the big picture. You know, we were number one on 97.9 The Beat. And you know, when you work hard to build a market and do this stuff in the community, you know what I'm saying? We didn't just get on the radio and become number one in Dallas at 97.9 The Beat.
Right.
We was in the community, we was doing stuff. So when they gave it to Vita, that I was like, okay, but Vita came, was part of our morning show.
Yeah.
So I got on the plane, bought my own plane ticket.
Right.
Because I had to pay it forward because the morning show was handed to me
Yeah.
by Steve.
Right.
So I have to hand it to her.
Yeah.
I had to put my personal feelings aside and do what's right.
And
Vita,
you did.
here you go.
Right.
God bless you. Here's the keys to the car.
Mm-hmm.
take care of it, and anything you need, I'm right here. And I went right over there in the next room and did my morning show. And I walked out of that radio station, and I never looked back. But God got on the plane, went back to Atlanta, minding my own business. Got off the air one day, I was sitting on the couch, you know, because I had an office on the 6th floor. And the CEO came in. He said, hey. He said, Tom's retiring. You want the gig? I said, what does that mean? He said, well, you're going to be happy about this. You get to go back to Dallas.
Yeah.
And you know I love Dallas.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Of course you love Atlanta because you're 2 hours from Birmingham, and you just love Atlanta because you grew up in Atlanta. If you grew up in Birmingham, you grew up in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Everybody in Birmingham, you go to birthday bash, half of the audience is from Birmingham. It's Birmingham in the house. Half of the audience at State Farm like screaming. They advertise on radio stations in Birmingham for birthday bash. So Atlanta and Birmingham is 2 hours. That's where we went.
That's our big city.
That's our big city. We go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Atlanta. But came back to Dallas, man, and you get that big ass studio. Tom Jordan had the biggest and nicest studio in the country.
Biggest and nicest, absolutely.
And then they gave us money to remodel it and do what we want. And we sit up here, and now we almost up to 90 affiliates. 90 affiliates. And trying to get up to 110.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
And when you could have cut somebody out, when you could have went on, when you could have shot somebody,
Kill somebody.
but you had to have discipline and restraint.
Yeah.
And you have sometimes, man, you just got to sit back and take it. You got to sit back and just take care of what you got. Okay, you took this away, but I got this. And I'm just gonna manage this, and I'm gonna take care of this, or whatever. And I would try. I wasn't friends with nobody. I when we went to Dallas, we didn't go in Tom Joyner's studio. Tom Joyner, my frat brother, didn't ask for it, didn't expect it, didn't feel entitled to. I would have did hip hop radio for another 2 years, turn 50, retire. Because you can only be a certain age on a hip hop station.
Right.
And I would have went on about my business and went and found something else.
Yeah.
You know, but God had bigger plans, you know. What's the word? Being faithful over a few things. I'll make you ruler over many.
Yeah.
What you got right here, community service, praise break, giving people hope, giving people inspiration, making people laugh, giving them being informative, getting people out to vote, speaking against things that was wrong, you know, drugs and stuff that'll hurt people.
Yeah.
And even on tour, remember we were walking backstage, the curtain open, people from the audience could see backstage, no decorations on the stage.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Those shows when we was working with them people?
Yes.
The very ones that stole. And it was just a shitty show. It was like performing in a high school auditorium when we know that we could do better. And here we are.
I remember calling you saying, "Man, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
We gotta do better."
And here we are with a comedic icon.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
God will, but you have to be faithful, man, and you have to do what's right. Because he sit high and look low. God know why you do what you do. He know your motive. He know every hair on your body. Right? So you can fool us, but you can't fool him.
Facts.
Your motive have to be intact, and you have to be sincere and genuine in all of your doings. You ain't got to kiss nobody but to get what you want. God gonna give you what he wants you to have, but you have to be faithful over the few things that he gave you.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Rick. And authenticity is everything. If you're not authentic about what you're doing, people can feel that. They like, oh,
Right.
you're not real.
I know I can,
Yeah.
because I got a spirit of discernment.
That's it.
My discernment is real. I know a fake person when they walk through the door.
That's right.
I can look them and see them and feel them.
And I'm like, I know you might not always like me and how I carry myself, but you're gonna always know I can trust him.
Oh,
He
absolutely.
real with it.
Yeah.
If he having a bad moment, he gonna let you know he having a bad moment, and we'll get over that moment, and he'll be good. But
And it ain't personal.
it ain't personal, man.
That's
it's all
it.
good. But yeah, I've been going through my test too, brother. And I
Bruh.
appreciate you 100% because yeah,
I appreciate you.
yeah, man.
Shit, I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you, man, helping. You know, it's almost like
I wouldn't say that.
no, for real. Like, I be on the road and we be sitting up here, we be sitting on the side of the stage watching the comedian, knowing that we next, and trying to figure out what we gonna do. and you watch the show, every show for 15 years,
Right.
and I'm like, shit, and you're like, nah, you shouldn't do that. You should do boom, 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 boom. That should be because that comedian is going in that direction. You should go in this direction.
Right.
You'll probably get a better feel, and you start me to thinking different.
Right.
And it just helped.
Thank
You know,
brother.
like Tiger Woods, have the guy that carry golf
I
club be
caddy
like,
for you. I caddy for you. Man.
yeah, I think, yeah, that's right there.
But the wind's blowing a little hard from this direction, so
That
when you
part.
hit the ball, go and hit it a little bit more that way because it's gonna blow it back and it's gonna come out there right there. That's
Right.
all I be trying to do. Set it up so we
Absolutely.
can knock it down.
And that's what we do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we do.
And God still blessing. God got even bigger plan. And if
Amen to that.
if God don't do, and you know what? And if He don't do another thing else,
That's right. That's
He's
right.
done enough.
That is absolutely correct.
My thing now is the young comedians, the Rita Brent, B. Lynn, you know, watching Just Hilarious, watching Desi Banks, watching Country Wayne, you know, and I like what the young comedians doing, man. I love them, and that's my entertainment because I love comedy. You know, 2000, 2004, we was hosting Comic View. We had our share. We blessed to still be in the space that we in doing what we doing. But you know, you be pulling for the young comedians because they the next generation, and I be happy for them.
Right.
You know, and I'm very secure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very secure. You know what I'm saying?
What's for you is for you.
Come on now.
And when you know that, man, you can live your life so much more peacefully.
Yeah.
Because if you sitting back worried about what somebody else is doing, that's the wrong way to live your life. What's for you is for you.
All day.
Every day. All right, brother.